I am reviewing the Broadway revival of Home, written by Samm-Art Williams and directed by Kenny Leon, running through July 21st at Todd Hames Theater at 227 West 42nd Street in New York City. Bring on home the love for this show by becoming a patron over on my Patreon page, where you can, for as little as $1 a month, support this show and my classic cinema podcast, Yesterday's Matinee. Thank you to all my patrons, especially my Neo and Hamilton tier patrons, and welcome to the new ones.
I love you, and I'll never love no one else.
Me and you forever.
Keep your eyes on this one, honey. He ain't a whole Christian yet.
I want to speak with God. Miami, on vacation. But I need him now, miss. No, don't hang up. I love the land. I love it, Gramps. I'll never leave it, Uncle Lewis. I want to be a farmer.
Take it to the city.
No.
I'm going off to college.
But we're supposed to be married.
I'll write you every day. Cephus Maldonado to report for your induction physical on June 23rd, 1966, Raleigh, North Carolina. Congratulations.
No. I don't want to go to prison.
Don't give up.
Please come back.
Where there's no money, there can be no love. I think the Bible says that.
Wrong. I need this job. I can't do much else.
You look twice your age. Why don't you rise up? Rebel! Fly to the sunshine!
It's you.
When it comes to classic plays being revived, Home is not one that I was familiar with before Roundabout Theater Company brought it to their season, so I was excited to see what this play has to offer, which had a solid run on Broadway in its initial run from May 1980 to January 1981. What we have received is a touching revival of an intelligent, challenging message of resilience, faith, and love. The story follows Cephus Miles, played with meticulous physicality and sensitive perseverance by Tory Kittles. Cephus inherits his family farm in Crossroads, North Carolina, but loses everything when he is sentenced to prison for refusing to serve in the military during the Vietnam War as a conscientious objector. Once released from prison, he flees from judgment from his community back in Crossroads and winds up as a drifter and con man in an unnamed major city, which is probably New York City or Philadelphia. Though what I just described are key plot points in Home, the real story of Home, and why I think it is a show everyone should see, is the interrelationships Cephus has with the other people in his life along his journey. These characters are all portrayed by two actresses, Stori Ayers and Brittany Inge having the more important supporting role playing Pattie Mae Wells, Cephus's girlfriend, who has higher ambitions for herself than living on a humble farm. From his early childhood on, Cephus is influenced by the fundamentalist Christian world around him, but his walk with God is distinctively his own, to which the people of Crossroads object. As one character says, he's only half saved. Then when he sticks to his guns about the Christian tenets he firmly believes in, like thou shalt not kill, he is derided and punished for not being a nationalist or patriot. This is where the brilliance of Samm-Art Williams' writing comes into play, and where the nuanced approach of direction and acting elevate the story. Williams, who died only a few weeks ago on May 13th, nailed down the hypocrisies of the conservative and nationalist Christian movement nearly 40 years before it became a nationwide term. Now, full disclosure, I am a self-professing Christian. I've witnessed firsthand the dangers of what happens when deeply devout Christians dictate how other people must live, which is what happens here. Characters of fundamentalist faith shame Cephus for not being the standard of Christian they think one should be, instead of letting him discover and grow in his faith naturally. It's like forcing a newborn to eat a 40-ounce steak. It doesn't work. Cephus struggles throughout the story, dealing with judgment from people for not being who they want him to be, whether it be the church, the government, a gold digger who uses him for money when he lives in a big city, or even Pattie Mae, when all he wants is to live peacefully at home on his farm and believe in God in the best way that he knows how. Tory Kittles' performance details these struggles with delicacy, and Kenny Leon's direction never overbears the narrative. Instead, we get a beautiful, sensitive performance with Kittles slowly aging and developing Cephus from how he sounds to how he holds himself, even to the point of physicalizing a disfigurement, probably a stroke or some kind of injury from an unseen conflict where Cephus's arm becomes sort of lame. Whether I missed it being addressed in the text or it is just a characterization, either way, I like the choice. It shows the beaten-down nature of the character. Armulfo Maldonado's set design is pretty simple. Rows of tobacco plants grow upstage and black drops come down in the shape of the homestead house and the church, and that's most of the design. Most of the atmospheric elements come from Alan Lee Hughes' lighting, which is gorgeous in developing mood and tone for the scenes. Home will probably be forgotten this time next year when award season comes around, and that will be a shame, because it is a wonderful production with a beautiful, nuanced performance by Tory Kittles, exceptionally directed by Kenny Leon. Go see Home. But I am only one man's opinion, so be sure to leave yours in the comments below. If you'd like to see Home, I'll leave a link in the description. Also in the description will be a link to my Patreon page where you can support my channel. You can also support me by liking, sharing, and subscribing, and click the notification bell to be alerted to future reviews. My next review will be Amigan at Long Wharf Theater. Thank you for watching, and I will see you at the theater.